Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Delve and Dash, right here at Proficiency Bonus. My name is Michael, your most humble and merciful Dungeon Master this evening, and you will notice, once again, for the second week in a row, that our cameras are completely goofed up.
And it's not my fault.
It's all Dalton's fault this time. We're waiting on Jamie to get home. He is pulling in here soon. So he will jump in, and as soon as he jumps in, our camera problems will be sorted out and situated. So you will see me here, and you will see me right up above there with everybody as Franklin today. For the time being. It will get fixed. It'll be all good. Trust me. I hope. Well, welcome, guys. We're so glad that you're here. A couple quick shout-outs. I want to give a shout-out to Twitch, Streamlabs, Team MZ, and yay!
There he is!
He is here! He's made it! That's a very close-up view.
For some reason, my computer's not working.
Uh-oh.
Because it's
Fun.
Probo.
Because that's what technology does to us.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it has to do. That's a really good shot right there. I think you need to keep the camera like that the whole time.
All right.
So, I did fix the overlay a little bit, so you guys don't have to be as self-conscious about looking up over top of your character's name bar this week. So I did change it up a bit, so you guys should be able to see everybody's, including Jamie's. We're off to a great start, folks. I hope you guys are having a good night. What you got now? Did you got your computer going?
Yeah, it worked.
Oh, okay, cool. I was like, you changed it up really fast. So last week, our party were on their way to El Terrell to meet with one of Dusk's old employers, Leosin. They're about 3 days out from El Terrell, orcs attacked the caravan. And our party jumped into action and were able to defeat these terrible orcs that had red-stained forearms and fists. After defeating them, Franklin did a good job of repairing most of the damages done. He even restored a young guard named Peter to health, as he was one of the ones killed by the orcs during this raid. After defeating the orcs, Zin had carved an X in each of their red hands, and they left the bodies of, give or take, 30 orcs at the side of the road as the caravan pulled back off, headed towards El Terrell. One thing that I want to mention to you guys as you're traveling, you notice, kind of looming above the horizon, it looks like a low-hanging star that glows in the sky in the direction that you guys are headed. Some of the conversation that you hear from some of the travelers they call this the Great Star. It's basically almost like a miniature sun that floats above the city of El Terrell. So El Terrell is always bathed in sunlight. The folks of El Terrell don't know where it came from. It's just always been there. And this sun helps to keep... I think it's why the city does so well and is so prosperous, because with no nighttime, it helps eliminate a lot of theft and attacks from other kind of evil races of creatures like orcs and goblins. It also keeps out the undead, as they are not really keen on that kind of environment. So you guys are on your way towards El Terrell. You guys take a moment to take one more night's long rest. And I'm going to leave this kind of up to you, this last long rest on your travels as you guys start to head towards El Terrell. You should arrive there probably by midday tomorrow.
I'm just going to take a seat somewhere. And I'm going to, unbutton my robe thing and reveal my chest. And there's like a also a spiraling tattoo on my chest, but it's just a bunch of dots spiraling into the center. And my sugar glider's gonna come out, and me and him are gonna work together to add 30 more dots, or however many orcs we killed, to my spiral and my chest.
So your sugar glider is going to help to tattoo you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So a sugar glider tattoo artist.
We work together because, like, I give the magic part, you know. He's just tapping the little stencil thing.
Hold still. Great. So you guys all witness this in the evening. It's a very interesting experience for all. What would the rest of you like to do?
Tanum is just going to be sort of sitting by the fire. He has a book in his lap, reading. Not really paying attention to what's going on too much.
Franklin goes around casting mending on anything that might be broken, and if there's any more wounded, helps tend to them.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Yeah, Franklin, you have no problem doing that. Repairing some... everything is so repaired now that you're just finding little minute things that just...
That's fine. He'll do it.
You're making these wagons and caravans like just... This caravan is perfection right now because of Franklin just walking around.
He adds like a backup camera.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Mending. Just everywhere.
Well, while we're sitting there, Desk will talk to Tanum. So, thank you for your help. I wasn't expecting someone else to jump in that's not a part of the guard for this caravan. But you seem more than capable then to help. Just curious, what's your story? If you're able to do things, why didn't you sign up for the guarding? Make some money.
Oh, yeah, I prefer reading, and seemed like a better choice to spend the time reading. I mean, you guys had it handled. I didn't mean to impose on what you were doing. It just I haven't really gotten a chance to use my abilities in that manner before, and I got excited. Sorry for stepping in on your your position.
There was no issue. I mean, we were always, looking for help. It was just surprising. But what is your plans? Are you actually going to El Terrell, or are you going somewhere else afterwards?
I mean, for now, I don't know where long term I'm going. I don't have set plans exactly, but I heard that El Terrell is good for learning more of the arcane arts, and I've learned about as much as I could at home, and was able to convince my family to let me go off.
Well, if you are looking for work, I mean, I think us three could use someone of your capabilities if you wanted to join us. We're currently heading to El Terrell to meet up with an old friend that apparently has some work for us. Sometimes your best learning that can be done is actually in the field.
It's true. That's why I stopped reading books. I like books, though.
Do you travel with any?
Well, just this one, and I tap my like wooden book that hangs at my side.
Oh, well, if you want to read any, I have a fair number with me. I might have packed a few more than was necessary, but they're
Well, if you're sticking around, you might not want to carry that many books. They might weigh you down a little bit later.
Sometimes traveling light is the better option.
So I don't have any books.
But since you have some, I might actually take you up on that offer too. I don't sleep
Yeah.
very much, so
I
use-
enjoy reading till I fall asleep. So
well, I have a whole range. Everything from sort of your basic magic to different fantasy stories. Reading was always my escape, so I have a rather varied taste.
You have anything on any kind of history or anything like that?
Probably. He's gonna start go back to one of the wagons and just start digging through this really huge trunk that's just full of books.
That's what I was gonna say. I imagine that Tonham had hired a bunch of people to come on this excursion with him that just carry his trunks of books around everywhere. He is. It's like a book the size, or a chest the size of a steam trunk, just full of books. You see Tonham walk by, and then 6 or 7 trunks with people carrying them, following behind.
no, that was too deep. Why'd you hit the needle so hard?
Wait, what did you say your sugar glider's name was?
Vix.
What you need is sit, you need to stay still.
I'm just gonna pat him.
I pull out two books, one sort of thick one and one thinner one. That one is a history of the world kind of thing, and the thinner one is more of a history of the arcane arts.
Sure.
General History 101 textbook.
Yeah. And then history of magic.
But yeah, just think about it. If you would like to join us, you're more than welcome to. I will say you'll probably have to find some place to store your vast book collection you brought with you.
Oh, these are just a few of my old ones, mostly just ones that aren't. I'm not sentimentally attached to most of them. My plan was to sell them off and use the money to buy new books when I got there.
You wouldn't happen to have any unused spell scrolls in those books?
I don't think I do. Spell scrolls aren't something I necessarily look for. I can check for you, but I'm pretty sure that I don't have any.
I'd be surprised, honestly. People normally don't leave them laying around or anything.
And they're not what I use for my own magic, so I don't tend to pay up for them.
I understand.
Franklin starts casting Druidcraft to amaze children.
Okay. Absolutely. You gather a little crowd of little traveling children as you're running around. You're creating these elegant floral arrangements and different. Can Druidcraft make tiny small insects like butterflies and things like that, or is it just basically just plants and flames and?
It's a lot of plants and little insects, anything that can make a child happy.
Oh right, yeah. This butterfly flies over and lands on a little kid's nose and just slowly flaps its butterfly wings there, and all the other kids are excited and amazed. And one of the kids goes to grab it, and then the butterfly just starts flying away and accidentally hits the kid in the face. And then they start a little argument, and then they get happy again, and they act like kids. But yeah, you're a very popular large turtle here within this caravan.
And he's not even trying.
Excellent. Dusk, anything else that you wanted to talk to Tanum about before everybody would bed down for the evening?
No, he would just probably find his little place for the night and just sit there and start reading.
Okay.
And then after a while, he'll go into a trance.
All right. Anyone else doing anything else before calling it a night?
No.
All right.
Tanum is probably staying up late reading, but that's about it.
Is this like the night after the big event? Or has it been a couple nights?
I would say it would probably been like 3 days, so not the night after, but the following night. I would say probably after everything kind of smoothed over a little bit.
I'm staying up late.
You'll stay up late. Okay.
Yeah, just thinking.
Okay.
On my own, probably sitting on a log.
Okay. Sure. The night seems to pass without issue, and upon morning, after getting a long rest, you guys, the caravan looks like it's loading back up. They're tending to their horses, getting them all yoked back up to the wagons of the caravan. And the caravan begins to pull back off. You notice that even though it was dark outside last night, and Zen, you would have noticed this, that low-hanging star, like, almost kept it, like, almost as if it was sunset the entire night. Like, there was light coming from that beacon. And it seems the closer you guys are getting to it, the more this light fills the sky, even when darkness falls. So you guys are making your way towards El Terrell. And when you arrive, because the journey of this day doesn't seem to bode any trouble at all for you, as you arrive, you can see that is in fact a large star that seems to be hovering above the city. It's bathed in it, and the city is bathed in its light. It's a very elegant city. It has a vast garden that kind of runs through the center of it. It's this very large, lush greenery that expands the center of the city. And you guys arrive. The caravan makes its way through into El Terrell. Merchants and other people start to stop at different places, start unloading their wares. And you guys are free to roam the city of El Terrell.
Do we feel heat off of the star, or is it like just luminary?
It's more luminary. It's not.
Okay.
It's not heat. It's just light.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Franklin goes to the garden to admire the plants.
Oh yeah, it's enormous. Like you could walk for miles. It's miles long, and it kind of it almost separates the city in half. The way that it's structured, it's like right in the middle of the city, and it's just this lush garden of absolute wonderful, amazing plants, and you can see like insects are coming and just landing on you in different places. You got all these flowers and things just everywhere. There's a nice trail that leads through there where there's park benches like set up all throughout. It's a pretty extravagant place, Franklin.
And Franklin also absentmindedly tends to any plants that need it.
Okay, sure. Surprisingly enough, it seems that these plants are very well attended. You do find a few that you can help to restore some. Yeah, Dalton has frozen for me as well for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's good for me.
He's good for you.
Yep.
That's strange.
Yeah,
It's fine for
all
me
of you
too.
are fine for me.
I can try to change the region if you want me to try that.
I don't.
Go for it.
That's up to you.
I'm gonna give it a shot. It might
Okay.
It might bog a little bit, Twitch. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try something. I'm bravely trying this. Is everyone still here?
I think
Yeah,
so.
I'm still here.
All right, now yeah, you're no longer frozen.
You're
now.
frozen for me.
He's not
There
not
we
frozen
go.
for me anymore.
No, Michael's
Nope,
frozen.
I can
for
see
me,
him.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm frozen for you?
Everybody's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Strange.
Weird. For me, Michael's now just laggy.
Am I like, is my voice laggy? It
Yeah.
is? Okay. I will change
For
it.
me, not for them, but for me.
I will change it back to east because Dalton is now working for me. So I'm just gonna go change it back and we'll see what happens.
I
No,
don't
yeah,
care.
you're working.
I mean, as long as it all works.
Yeah.
This is the first night in a long time that East is working better for me than South.
East is working better, yeah. Because Dalton's moving for me now. I'm good. I got his
Mhm.
camp.
Okay, that's what matters.
Cool. So yeah, you do find a few plants to restore back to health a little bit. It seems like most of this though is really well taken care of. They probably have a wide variety of people that are actually employed to do this within the city.
And Franklin does it for free.
So Franklin,
Driving honest horticulturalists out of
That's it.
business.
That's it. What's also cool about the city is that there's there's kind of like a natural spring. It's almost more like a larger creek. I wouldn't call it necessarily a river because it's not big enough to grant a river name. But it runs through the city, and the city is built upon a cliffside, and this water just kind of it just waterfalls off the cliffside and creates this really dramatic edge of the city where this constant mist of fog kind of from the water hitting below is just drifting up, and it just makes this really beautiful scene. This is one of the most beautiful cities that a lot of people have ever seen in the north. It looks like there's a lot of nobles and perhaps upper class that live here, and they take really good care of the place.
I just pretend that it's no big. Like I don't pay attention to anything. I've been here so many times already. I'm just escorting the caravan to get my money, then going to the place that we're supposed to go to.
Okay. Yeah, you're all business,
Tannen
right?
is gonna
Yeah, my
Tannen is gonna
hands
look
are my
around
pockets.
to try and find someone that he can hire to take his trunk of books to a bookstore where he can sell the books.
Okay. So you want your hiree to take the stuff to...
Well, he's gonna go with him, but he just is not strong enough to carry it.
Okay. Okay. Sure. I mean, I could say we don't have to role play that. You could easily find
Yeah.
somebody that could do that, and you'd probably find like a younger individual that'd be willing to just jump on it 100% and carry your stuff for you, as long as you were, pitching them a couple coin, to do it. You might even be able to pick one of the younger people from the caravan that you were with, that were either guards or assistants or helping out with something. You could definitely find somebody.
And if they're young enough, they'll probably do it for 1 gold because that's probably more money than they've ever seen in their life.
Yes. Yeah, some of the young ones, yeah, they'll do it for cheap.
But yeah, he's gonna sell, however many books he can,
Okay.
for a reasonable price. He's not gonna haggle super hard because he's not tied up, but he's gonna try and get a fair price.
Okay. I will do some mathematical calculations off stream, and
Okay.
I will get you how much you made from your books.
Okay. And he also wants to look around and see if there's any books that interest him. And just because he's curious, he's going to look around to see if there's any spell scrolls as well.
Okay, make an investigation check.
He's not good at that. That is a natural 20.
That is a natural 20.
Plus 0.
As you're in a secondhand bookstore, and you're looking through some things, and tucked in between is a really thin leather-bound book that you don't think anybody's pulled out for quite some time. It looks like this thing got accidentally thrown on here. And as you open it up, it looks like this. Gosh, it looks like this might be some kind of arcane spell book or something like that. You can't really. I don't think sorcerers can really read wizards' stuff, but you can tell something about this. There's notes in the margins and stuff like that. Somebody was, this is Harry Potter Half-Blood Prince book style esque here. Somebody's been doing some research and making some notes in here. This is a rare find.
Okay, he's going to pick off 3 other sort of larger books that look interesting and is going to slide the small book in between them.
Okay.
So that it's sort of hidden, and is going to put them all on the counter. And does he have what's a rough idea of how much things in this, like the books are like? Are we talking silvers or golds for the average book in this place?
Average book is silvers,
Okay. He's gonna put down 2 gold pieces and say, "Can I take the lot for that?"
This guy turns around, a really old man with these huge glasses. He's got his eyes squinted through these glasses. They're huge lenses. They like make his eyes look so much more bigger than his head. He looks like an insect. What is it?
Books, sir. I would like to buy them. 2 gold, I think is fair.
2 gold? Are you nuts?
I've been called that.
Well, great. I'll take it. He grabs the 2 gold. He kind of almost pushes the books into your chest a little bit, and then just turns around and just starts walking away from you, like hobbling.
Perfect. And
Joyfully, like walking.
Tanim is going to walk out of the store and head back towards the caravan to see if he can find Zin.
As you walk out here, Pilma, we can close up early today. As he cashes in his 2 gold. And you can and you just make your way out of the shop.
Yeah. We both got a very good deal.
What's the rest of you doing?
Depends how far we got with the caravan.
Yeah, caravan's kind of splitting up right now. It's like people
okay.
here and there, and it looks like this was.
So did we get paid before we went on the trip? Is that what
You
happened?
probably could have got fronted probably half the amount before the trip for your agreement, like a deposit kind of thing. And they probably, as soon as you got here, they would have cashed in your remaining amount. So whatever, I think you guys already added your total. So that.
Okay,
that,
I was just
that
making
gold,
sure
that gold is available.
because that's what we would have done when we got here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you would have cashed in. You'd be all good. I think you guys made like 100 and some gold pieces, or 100 and.
Yeah, something like that.
It was like a
I
crazy.
don't know.
only
It's
wrote-
already on my character sheet.
I only wrote 90.
90.
So I think I did something wrong.
I think it was what, like.
Well, I think it was.
Was it like 50?
I think it was like
50?
90, and then you realized that that wasn't as much because you added a bunch of time. So I think it became like 140.
It ended up being like 57 days or something like that, and it was
Mhm.
what, two
Yeah,
gold a piece.
2 gold per, yeah.
Yeah, 2 gold a day.
So
Okay.
57 times 2, basically. Well, if knowing that we would have already gotten paid and everything, I would have told Tomin,
Tanim.
sorry,
It's okay.
if you wanted to join up with us, meet us at a pair of Black Antlers Tavern. That's where we're gonna be.
You too, Turtle.
I'm already in the garden. You have to come find me now.
I would say when you got
Never mind.
I would say this would happen when you guys got paid. So they probably would have told you before you wandered off to the garden.
Yeah, we
Okay.
definitely would have
Yeah.
told Franklin
Yeah.
where we were going.
I don't think they just let you
Alright.
wander off without telling you,
No.
hey, this is where we're gonna be. As we have a whole other campaign of Franklin walking around El Terrell.
He stays there for the rest of his life. Introduce new character.
Yeah. He's found his place.
He's found a new home in the El Terrell.
Tanim is gonna go to the Black Antler, whatever, and as he's walking, he's going to pull out a very nice blue handkerchief that he has, and just gonna wrap the spell book in it nicely.
Okay.
Um,
You're making it like a Christmas gift. Just
Yeah.
Put a little bow around it. Excellent. So you guys are headed to a pair of black antlers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, me and Zen are at least.
Okay. So you guys make it there. It is a pretty humble estate, humble abode here. As we got a nice tavern. It has a sign that hangs over top of it, and basically it looks like these real antlers. They look real at first, but as you get closer, they seem to be carved out of a black obsidian on the side.
Oh,
It has a really nice wooden sign that's carved. It says a pair of black antlers on it. It looks like it's some rowdiness going on inside. It looks like you hear some laughing and some hearty har-harring from inside, you know. It seems like one of those kind of boisterous places where people kind of hang out and have a good time. There's wooden shutters on each side of the windows, and you can see that there's definitely a lot of people, a lot of ruckus going on inside.
We will go ahead and head in, and I will look to see if I see Leosin inside.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check for me as you guys walk into this
Okay.
tavern atmosphere. A 22.
22.
Oh, the rolls are fantastic here tonight, folks. So yeah, you do, in fact, see Leosin. He is kind of sitting at a booth over on the far side of the room. It seems like there are several other people here. Some of them are drinking heavily. Some of them are enjoying meals. Some of them are over in the corner. There seems to be what you thought might be a dartboard on the wall is an axe throwing target. And there are some pretty hefty individuals over in the corner. They're just having this competitive bout of axe throwing in the corner of the room. You also notice a rotund individual, a human individual with a large red beard standing behind, and with each throw of the axe, you hear, "Come on, you can do better. Give it all you have." And then they're just kind of like going back and forth, and you see Leosin's over there. He's just kind of sipping on something a little bit, and seems to be just kind of relaxing and waiting in anticipation.
I'll walk over to his table, and as I get there, it's nice to see you, old friend. How have you been?
Oh, it's you, Dusk. Oh my goodness, it's you. And he stands up. He's super excited. He kind of comes over and starts to pull his hand out to shake your hand.
Yeah, shake his hand.
Oh.
I snap and there's a rock in their hands before they shake their hands.
So you guys are now holding onto a rock. He looks at Zin. Ha ha ha! You did it again. You do it every time.
It's nice to see you again.
Nice to see you, my friend. Please have a seat. And he just gestures to the booth.
We might have 2 more individuals joining us. We're not sure yet, but we told them where we would be. Picked up some more companions on our travels.
Oh, that might be a good idea. I've got some big news, some big plans. Should I wait till they get here?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think you're. We'll fill them in later if they still show up.
If they
We're not
stick
100%
around.
sure they're going to be here, so.
Yeah, they're kind of like loose cannons.
Hey, now,
Yeah.
Zin, I know 2 others that I could have put in that same category. Huh?
Who? I don't see anybody else here.
Where did you find this guy anyway? I mean,
Got him.
is it? Again, he does it again. Every single time.
Every time.
Well,
You make it too easy.
I need to do better at this. Let me show you what Leosin looks like. I'm going to show this to you guys. It's going to say show to everyone so you guys can see what Leosin looks like. Do you guys see that handout pop up on your screen? That's what this guy looks like.
Yep.
All right.
So that way you got kind of like a mental picture in your head. This guy.
The voice you're doing is perfect.
Well, good, because that's about the only voice I had in mind for him. I didn't know what else to do. Okay. So, as that is taking place, I would say eventually, as you guys are starting to come in, I would say probably Tottenham would get there first. Tottenham does arrive. I think Franklin's taking his good old time. I don't think he's in any hurry. He's just enjoying this beautiful garden.
When have you known to rush for anything?
That's it. So Tom, you actually walk in before Leosin gets too involved in the story, and you can see that your new friend Dusk and Zin are both sitting at a booth with this character who Dusk had mentioned that he was going to meet with a friend, but about some work.
If I see him walk in, I'll wave him over. Because if I could have, I would have sat with my back against a wall.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, he's not exactly hard to notice.
He's definitely sticks out a little bit.
Very prominent horns.
Prominent horns, very elegantly dressed.
And pretty tall, yeah, very well dressed.
Stands out of the crowd a little bit. And
Franklin, on the other hand, is nearly impossible to spot in a crowd.
Look for the naked walking turtle. You'll find Franklin.
Leosin, this is actually one of our new companions have decided to join us. This is Tonum.
Oh,
Book reader.
Tonum, a book reader. Oh.
Yep.
A book reader. Huh. What are your favorite titles?
Oh, there are too many to choose. What genre?
I don't know. Do you read any inspirational books?
Well, I mean, I don't know if I would consider that a genre, but it could be really anything that's on something that you care about could be considered inspirational.
I like that answer.
mean, for me personally, I'm very interested in dragons and magic and sort of the fae element. But those are what I'm most into currently.
Leosin looks over at Dusk and winks a little bit and says, I think this is the perfect traveling companion for you.
Yeah, we had to make sure he got rid of his big book collection, though, that he was brought with him on the caravan.
The biggest book collection I've ever seen carried with somebody. I mean, libraries have bigger book collections naturally, but...
Oh, don't worry. I narrowed it down to three. What, four? But three. So I'll be fine.
All right.
Good.
Sounds good.
I guess I should say three new ones.
Oh.
You get the feeling that there's more than three in his deck.
Everybody's passive insight is going nuts right now.
Oh, I mean, because it would be a check of like 2.
And about this time, you hear almost like the equivalent of a record screech as the door opens, and there is a naked turtle standing in the doorway of a pair of black antlers.
Everybody, just keep doing what you're doing. That's our turtle. Over here.
Leosin, this is our other friend, Franklin.
Franklin! It's good to meet you. I'm Leosin. He hands out his hand to shake your hand, Franklin.
I kind of look at his hand a little confused and then reach my hand out.
Okay. He goes to shake it.
Not knowing what to do next.
He grabs it, and you both are just holding your hands very still together.
It's pretty awkward.
He looks around.
This is the part where you move your hands up and down, guys. Come on. It's a
I didn't know.
shake.
I wasn't sure. I guess I'll take the lead. And he just shakes your fingers and shakes your hand a little bit. It is nice to meet you. I hear that you are all traveling together. This is good news. You see, there are some very big things happening currently. About a month ago, I was taken prisoner. About, I would say, 8 days travel south, place called Green Nest. I was on a spying mission. And during my spying mission, a raid had occurred. I thought I would, as the raid was taking place, I slipped into the ranks of the raiders and basically just walked back to their camp. Just as one of them. Eventually I was found out, and it turns out it was a cult. They call themselves the Cult of the Dragon.
Tana immediately perks up.
It was good for me that a group of adventurers came to my aid. They freed me from the camp so that we were able to get some information. And I was able to get here to El Terrell to report back to a good friend, Onthar Froon. And he looks over towards that man with the red beard that I was talking about was over by the axe throwing. And he's like, ho, 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 ho. He's just chugging away at some ale and watching these guys. And you see, this is a hub for the Order of the Gauntlet here. This tavern is kind of like their home base. His organization is very concerned about what the cult is up to. And I am too.
Okay, and what, do you want us to find out more information? Or what is this mission that you have?
Well, perhaps we can get Onthar involved a little bit in the conversation, but I really need two things. Number one, we need to find out what the cult is doing. And number two, we need to find out where they're going.
Well, we also need something, like... if there's anything I hate more than caravans, it's cults. So, like, maybe up the ante a little bit. What's the pay gonna be like? Because, like, the higher the pay, the more likelihood that we're gonna do it.
Okay,
At this point, Franklin's just gonna start casting mending on everything on the table.
All right. There's some scratches and a piece of silverware that automatically just disappear and vanish with the casting of your spell. He looks back at Zin as this is all taking place, and now, Dusk, I know you. I know you well. We've worked in the past.
Yes, we have.
I also know that I would not cheat you. See, the Order of the Gauntlet has set aside some coinage for all of you. I think on the sides of 500 gold pieces a person.
We're doing it.
Okay.
Zen, let's hear the rest of the information first. Remember, we can't rush into things.
Right. Don't be reckless.
Right.
Damn, I'm working on that so much.
Sign me up. Yes. You see Leosin kind of puts his hand into his, it's kind of like almost like a gi, I guess. You can tell it's more monk attire that he's wearing.
Mm-hmm.
And he pulls out what seems to be something wrapped up, and he sets it down in front of you. And he's, Dusk, I know you are working hard to pay off debts, and I don't want to insult you by the 500 gold piece for the journey that you're about to partake in. But I'm willing to offer this to the group as well. And he unravels it kind of carefully. You can see he's hiding it, shielding it a little bit from the rest of the bar. And there's a massive ruby that it looks pristinely cut. It looks like it's probably worth maybe about 1,200 gold. Easily.
Does it look like something Franklin needs for his stuff?
For his what? You cut out on me at the end.
Does it look like something Franklin needs for his stuff that we talked about?
It does not.
Okay.
It does not. Yeah.
Franklin's gonna get up and cast mending on the target they were throwing axes at.
Okay. Franklin just walks by as people are throwing axes at this target. One of them narrowly misses him as it goes, and Franklin's standing almost like near the target and just starts casting. And he watches the indents from the axe are being filled in with wood. You hear Onthar back there. Huh! Look at that! We don't even have to replace the target. We have to do that like every 20 minutes around here. This is great. Thank you, friend.
You're welcome.
It's like, someone get this turtle an ale, please. Eventually, a barmaid walks up to you with this tall tankard of ale, Franklin. Just kind of gestures towards you.
He'll take it. How does it smell to Franklin?
Smells like your average ale.
Franklin has never seen ale before.
Ondar comes up to you and puts an arm around you. You can see he's wearing plate mail, and the center of his plate mail has this like almost bluish looking gauntlet like carved into the center of it. It's pretty extravagant. And he puts his arm around you. He's like, "What are you waiting on, laddie?"
Franklin will taste it.
Okay, so you've never tasted ale before?
Franklin is a hermit. He's lived in the woods.
Make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Okay.
For one sip.
Drunk off of one sip.
Franklin spits it out all over the bar.
The dice tell the story.
Yep, that's what I was gonna do anyway. And he just puts the cup down.
Oh, I'm sorry. Would you like something different?
Tea will be fine.
All right. Helga, some tea over here, please.
I mage hand that cup or that a mug of ale over to me.
All right. You pick it up with your magical hand and it comes all the way over to the booth.
Thank you.
What do you think, Dusk?
Well, I mean, I think it's in our wheelhouse to be able to go accomplish this.
I hate that I made you travel all this way just to have you pack up and travel again. But
you know, that's a part of the job. Don't worry about that. So you said that they were last seen in Green Nest. Do you know if they're still there?
They are not. They you see, after I was rescued, the adventurers went back to the camp. There was a cave that they did not get a chance to explore previously. When they returned to the camp, it was vacated. It seemed the cult was already on the move. When they entered the cave, they discovered some interesting things. First, they were able to defeat an individual named Morlath, who was in charge of this group of the cult. They also discovered that there was a map that shared that these plunders that they were gathering from all these villages, including Green Nest, were headed to Boulder's Gate, which is not too far from here.
Yes, I know Boulder's Gate.
Onthar and I carefully inspected the map, and honestly, within 4 days' time, it seems that they could be arriving there. They don't have the best of materials, and everything that they have is kind of just thrown together as best that they possibly can. They're carrying a lot of materials and a lot of people. It'll take them quite some time to get to their destination. That would put you guys in perfect timing to be able to get there. In time to intercept, or Onthar believes that the best option would be to have you guys hired onto their caravan to see where they're going.
Okay, so you don't want us to kill them outright. You want us to gather information. I'm just trying to get down the specifics.
Absolutely.
You want us to find information first.
Yes. Yes. If all possible.
Okay.
The more that we know, the better. And he's kind of looking around and looks over to Onthar, and she's like, I know that we talked about this before, and he's having a good time, but I feel like I can be upfront and talk to you all about it. They also discovered that there were dragon eggs within a small hatchery inside this cave. The adventurers didn't know what to do at the time. They panicked. They destroyed the eggs. Come to find out, they were black dragon eggs.
Well, that's not a very common thing.
No, not at all.
Did they keep the shells?
The shells are probably still in the vacated cave. They just destroyed them and carried on from there. They did report the information to us, so we were grateful for that. Some might differ in opinion.
Right. Okay. And they didn't find anything else useful. Another thing
that
we should know.
It seemed like the massive horde that they were gathering was boxed up and loaded onto a large caravan headed towards Boulder's Gate.
Well, I think this is something we could definitely do. Maybe, hopefully we could get to Boulder's Gate and, like you said, maybe become guards of their caravan from there, if they're leaving again.
That would be a great idea. The one thing that you have to remember about Boulder's Gate is they don't allow wagons through the city. So they won't.
Right.
They'll have to unload their materials, and someone will have to actually carry them through the city. They usually have hiring firms that hire out individuals to do that. Also, there is another bigger threat traveling along. They have what appears to be the leader of their outfit. Her name is Rezmir. I got a glimpse of her in person as she was trying to torture me for information. She is a very tall, large, half-black dragon. And she is smart, and she is cunning. I think she's in charge of this whole operation.
Okay.
Thanks for all the bits, guys. We do appreciate it.
Zen, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I think we should do it.
Right.
This beer is good. Can we get more over here, please?
Maybe you should take it slow until we're done with the business meeting.
Real quick. This is completely off topic.
It really wouldn't surprise me coming from you, Zim.
I know. I mean, really, everything I say kind of doesn't make any sense. The Red Fist, do you know anything about them, why they're this far down? They attacked us on our way here.
Yes. They normally aren't this far down here.
Well, I have heard through rumors that there are increased orc activity here in the area. I don't really know why they would be down here in particular. You see, I might be able to get my organization to look into it, if you would like me to.
It would be nice.
Yes, we would definitely like that, and maybe once we're done with this little job, hopefully we'll had enough time to research that for us.
Absolutely, I can get on it right away. You guys can make perception checks. Anybody who's sitting at the table can make a perception check if you'd like.
23.
23. Woo!
8.
14.
11.
Right. Dusk, you're the only one that gets this. There is a, I don't know, what do you call them? Like, we use them in Boy Scouts to hold our little handkerchief onto our neck. It's like a little clip that goes around. I can't ever remember what it's called.
I'm not sure, but I know what you're talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
But
the word escapes me.
I don't know what the word. It's like on the tip of my tongue, but it's like this little clip. He has one of those that he's wearing, and it is a blue circle that has a golden or silver harp in the middle of it. And you actually recognize this is a symbol of the Harpers, which is a spy organization within the North. So Leosin is definitely a member of the Harpers.
Yeah.
Oh, can't trust him anymore.
Yeah, right. If I learned anything from Tomb of Annihilation.
Well, friend, I think we've got most of the information we'll need. Before we head out, if we can think of anything else, where should we? You in your normal places? Or you?
Well, one thing that I would suggest is speaking to Onthar, because he does have connections within Boulder's Gate. He might be able to help you, point you in the right direction on what to do once you get there.
Wonderful.
Yes, we will definitely do that.
Absolutely. Thank you all for being willing to take this on. I was thinking and mulling it over, and Dusk, I just feel like you and your team, that this is the best chance that we have to gain information.
Yes, well, we will see what we can do. Hopefully, we succeed.
Well, you have come through for me for many times before, so I feel as if my best, all of our best chances and hopes are with all of you.
Yes.
I smile at him.
He just smiles back at all of you and seems to be it looks like he was impatiently waiting for you guys at first, but now there's like just this almost like sigh of relief to know that he's got you and you guys are willing to help him out. So.
Hey, innkeeper.
Yeah!
He said he's covering our tab.
I'll probably take it out of your pay.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't doubt that.
he just laughs as he excitedly takes a sip from his tankard as he's sitting there. I'll get it this time. Enjoy your stay, my friends.
Thank you.
It was nice seeing you again.
It was nice seeing all of you.
It is.
I hope the next time that we meet, it will be a very good meeting indeed and discovering exactly what is happening here.
Or we'll all die.
I surely don't hope that happens. Zin, you must return.
Of course.
Even though sometimes you drive a thorn in my side, I would much rather you be alive and well than be hurt.
I conjure a thorn on his side.
Is it like physical? Like
It is physical, yeah, but it just sits there. It doesn't like stab into him. It just falls on the side.
Just enough to be annoying. Like you see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. And he grabs it.
And it's glowing green too.
He pulls it out.
You brought that on yourself. You knew he was going to do it.
MJT 198. Thank you for following. We appreciate that. Yeah, so you guys, this place is starting to get a little bit more crowded now that it's in the evening now. People are starting to come. It seems like Unthar is like walking around talking to all these individuals. You do notice that there was other people in this tavern that are also sporting the same logo of that gauntlet that's kind of like enclosed as a fist. And
would I know what that is?
Make a history check.
9.
Not that one. Haven't heard of this
Okay.
one. Which is
I'm
surprising.
guessing Tanim does because he lived in Waterdeep.
Go ahead and make a history check. Anybody who wants to can if you'd like. Ooh,
Nope.
ooh.
History.
I went and got some brandy and
Franklin
I'm
straight up
drunk.
no, there's no reason for him to roll that history check.
All right. Yes, yes. All right. Franklin has no reason. He doesn't care.
I gotta
Yeah, there's no reason to know.
He's sipping on his tea that the bartender brought him.
If it's getting too crowded, Franklin goes back to the gardens.
Okay. Okay.
That's where he sleeps.
Oh,
He doesn't sleep in the crowded tavern. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's not too bad right now, but you feel like in the next hour it'll be so crowded, like, kind of like Thirsty Thursday on college night, and you know, it's a Thirsty Thursday college night. Yeah.
As he leaves, I will yell, tell him, just be back here in the morning, Franklin, if you want to join us.
Franklin will just wave because it's probably loud in here to acknowledge that he heard him.
Okay.
Cool. Your history checks in. It actually reveals that this is the symbol of the Order of the Gauntlet, which is another faction in the north. And this order is, they're kind of like the Harpers. They share a little bit of the same values, but they don't like to be as sneaky about things. Like, they're not really spies. They're a little bit more flamboyant in what they do, and they like to take credit for things. Not in a bad way, but they do like to help things along and restore kind of like balance. They like things to be balanced, and there's a lot of priests and things that are involved with the Order of the Gauntlet, a lot of clerics, a lot of paladins. People who have great faith tend to join this faction.
So Tanum, you think you're interested in joining us on this job? Tanum?
Sorry. Chat. I mean, if there's a possibility of dragons, I can't exactly give that chance up. I mean, the fact that they've already found dragon eggs and are traveling with a half-black dragon, I mean, I've never had this kind of opportunity before, not at least in person.
Alright, so then I'll take that as a yes. Well, I mean, if you want to stick with us for the rest of the night, you're more than welcome to. We're going to probably get a room, probably here. But I'm going to go over here, see if this individual wants to come over here and talk to us a little bit. So.
Are we going to need horses for the... I don't know if you have your own transportation?
We typically either walk ourselves or get rides on caravans. We don't normally keep horses just because they can be a bother in some of the areas we tend to travel in.
And they bring a lot of attention to you if, like, a roaming herd of orcs decide to come through the forest. They'll...
It would get us there quicker, though.
It would, but if we're joining another caravan, what we'll probably end up doing is just catching a ride on a caravan, either as guards or just paying as travelers. That way we're not sticking out as, by ourselves. So. But we will see. Maybe there might not be caravans going that way. If there's not, then we'd probably get horses.
And if the Red Fists are just in the woods attacking people, being in a group of 4 probably isn't going to help against 30 orcs.
Yeah, that is also very true. They should not be down here this far.
They're dangerous. You don't want to mess with them.
You've had previous experience with them.
I'm hunting.
We have. Well, I'm gonna go try and get this. What was this individual's name? Uthorn?
Onthar Froom.
Onthar.
Here, I'll
Okay.
show you guys a picture of him, so you guys know what he looks like.
Okay.
If my mouse will hover over there. There we go. Here you go. Show to players, show to everyone. So you guys will see Onthar right there.
Okay.
That is this guy.
Well, I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna try. Excuse me, would you mind joining us over here at our table? Leosin said we might be able to ask you a few questions.
Oh, of course. You must have been the ones that Leosin was talking about.
Yeah, I'm Dusk. I reach out to shake his hand.
Oh, he shakes a firm handshake. He like squeezes your hand and kind of almost shakes it uncontrollably.
Thank you. Okay. Walk back to the table. Quietly underneath my breath, don't shake his hand. That hurt.
I saw.
He instead of sitting down at the booth, he pulls up a chair and sits on it. Like he sits on it backwards, like he does like the sit on it backwards kind of style. And he puts his arms over it and he's like, "Ha! Wow!" And he runs his hand through his red beard a bit. He's like, "It's good to see all of you." So, Leosin's got you all hooked up, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He said you have some contacts in Boulder's Gate that we might find useful. Is that true?
Oh, absolutely. I've got contacts everywhere. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Well, first of all, I wanted to tell you I've already went ahead and I have a sailing vessel set to sail off downriver tomorrow morning, specifically for all of you. And actually,
really now?
I've got one of my associates. They each provide you 50 gold pieces each to cover any travel expenses. Also, if you're looking for horses, those will be provided as well.
You got your horse if you want it.
All right. Well, I mean that sounds all good for getting us to Boulder's Gate. Did you have anything else that we could, once there, any people we should seek out?
Yes.
Might be able to help?
Let's see. The Dungeon Master's looking for the name. Here it is. There's a young man named, let me pronounce his name correctly. Aiken Celebon.
Oh, okay. And who is he?
He operates in a kind of like equipment to north of Boulder's Gate. You know, since a lot of individuals have to carry their equipment through the city, he gets the caravans ready to go on the north side. As they travel through, he sells wagons, he repairs wagons, he helps to box up, pretty much a jack of all trades. He would be your best connection in how to get hired onto this new caravan that you're traveling with.
All right. Does he have a name of his business that does this, or does he just go by his name?
He goes by his name, Celebon. Just look for him.
Gotcha.
Also, the district is called the Black Gate. The Black Gate district
Black Gate
of Boulder's
Okay.
Gate. Yes. I can provide you with paperwork from myself that you can take with you if you need it.
Yes, that'd be very helpful. This boat that you have going down the river, is it going to get us there relatively quickly?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's the best way. I can get you down to Boulder's Gate in 2 days.
All right, sounds perfect. And would we set sail in the morning then, or
first thing?
Now.
First thing, but you got to be careful. The light's always on here, so you need to make sure that you have a means of making sure you're there on time. I can't say at first light, or I'd be lying.
Yeah.
A few thousand years ago.
Don't worry. I'm very good with time and making sure we're not late.
And we've been here so many times. It's such a pain to try to sleep, but it's a great place.
It is. Well, you know that most rooms here, they got thick curtains, you know?
Yes.
Very
yes,
thick.
They do. Well, if there's anything else that you would like to inform us of?
Do you need any gear or weapons before you leave?
You got any spell scrolls?
Oh, spell scrolls. He looks over at a few of his other individuals that are starting to get drunk already and passing out at tables and stuff. I think you're asking the wrong people.
I figured.
Keep looking though.
I will. I always do.
I don't think I need anything. Tonum, do you need anything like that?
I think I have everything I need. I'll see if I think of anything and let you know if I think of anything.
Actually, I after looking over his armor, I think I do need a replacement on this armor. Would you have any studded leather by any chance, or anywhere I could purchase some?
Oh, absolutely. We have studded leather on hand.
Perfect. And you just gonna give me that, or you charge a fee?
Oh, it's yours to take for taking upon this mission.
Awesome. Sounds good.
And
can I pick that up on the boat, or do I need to go somewhere specific for that?
We can have it tailored for you on the boat. Sure, I can have it there for you in the morning.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely. He looks over at everybody else. Oh! And he kind of waves over at the bar. And this is for your... I know he had gone out, but your turtle friend puts this, cask.
Okay.
Perhaps this is a little bit lighter, and he might be able to get used to it better.
Yep, he's gonna drink it. Yep, not me. No, sir, I'm not.
So he gives
I'm not gonna touch it.
It's like a cask of ale that he gives you to take to Franklin.
Can you guess who's not gonna drink it? Who's gonna drink it?
Then I will leave that to you. You can choose to give that to Franklin if you want, or
It'll be gone by the morning.
I figured.
Tonim is gonna wander over to the bar and see how much it would cost to buy one of the nicer bottles of like brandy, or whiskey or whatever.
Nicer
harder
bottles
spirit for
here?
him. Yes.
Probably about 10 gold.
Oh, easily, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. You cash in. You get a really nice bottle of brandy to take with you.
I conjure up my own tap and I tap my own cask of beer.
Okay. You conjure your own tap.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Easily done. It's in Zin's colors too. It's very blue, silver, and purple.
Perfect.
Very cool.
I don't have anything else until we like head upstairs to go to sleep.
Guess I'll go pay for a room if.
As you go up to try to pay for a room, Anthar like sneaks up, kind of like walks up beside you and just basically puts his hand on top of yours with your coinage. It's not good here. I got your rooms covered.
Oh, well, thank you. It's very kind of you.
And they actually get you some pretty nice rooms. They get you some of the more lavishly outfitted rooms upstairs. Franklin would be staying in the garden tonight.
Yes.
Okay, so
That's exactly where he stays. So much so that he's gonna cast Pass Without Trace and then stealth around to find a good spot.
Oh, absolutely, piece of cake. Like with pass without a trace on its own would probably be good enough to sneak around in here with all these like just common folk just moving around. You know, you're just normal commoners for city. Tonum would probably get his own room. Would Dusk and Zin room together, or would they get different rooms?
Yeah, we'd probably share a room.
They room together.
Okay, you guys share your room. And you guys bed down for the evening, which is interesting because, Tonum, you're looking outside, taking a peek out the window, moving these thick curtains, and it's still bright daylight outside as you can hear commotion happening downstairs. It looks like they must have like an axe throwing tournament happening downstairs, and it's getting a little feisty at first, but you're able to kind of calm down, push all that to the back of your mind. Close the shades. And as you close the rooms in darkness, folks, that's where we're going to end our episode for this evening. As you guys are bedding down here in El Terrell. Thank you guys for taking care of that. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight on Delve and Dash. And does anybody have any announcements that we need to make before we get off stream?
I don't think
This is a family-friendly stream. Please don't post non-family-friendly things in the comments.
Exactly. That's right. Yeah, we do have a family-friendly stream going on here. So make sure you guys in your Twitch chat are following our Twitch rules, which are posted down here, I believe. Yes. So awesome, guys. We're gonna go ahead and take off for the evening. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of Delve and Dash. When we come back to our players, they will be headed towards Baldur's Gate to see all about this cult of the dragon and what they are up to, and this mysterious half-black dragon named Resmir. So we'll see how things go on the next episode of Delve and Dash. So you guys have a great night, and don't forget to add your proficiency bonus. We'll see you guys soon. Have a good one. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.